purpose of a Peace Jam Youth Conference is to energize the young people to feel like they are all change makers, right? They can get very complacent these days because the problem seems so huge. And for us to bring them all together with a Nobel Peace Laureate who's also faced incredible challenges and overcome them and had the determination to keep working. So we do a lot of high energy, sort of inspiring for the young people while they're here, but we also do a lot of workshops, service projects, and skill building. We also lead them in small discussion groups that are led by university mentors. So they have a chance to begin to explore what are the issues in their world today, what are some of the current events, and they often don't have a place to talk about these in a safe arena where they have folks who are also interested in what's happening in the world. And so it's almost like a kind of a waking up for these students, an awakening where they begin to see the world in a new way, maybe beyond their own social circle, their own social media platforms. They begin to lift their heads up and really see there's a big world out there. There's a lot of work to be done, but that each person can make a difference, starting with something small. Here we have Graham Golding here in the UK, who's been a teacher for many, many years. And so he has taken all the frameworks the UK teachers have to abide by, and he's finding how they can address what they already need to address using Peace Jam's curriculum. But the issue is also getting the school authorities, right, to see this as something valuable and as a tool. And so that's slowly beginning to take place. A lot of times it's those charismatic teachers who know that their students need this and are willing to go up against the system and put it into place. We've been doing Peace Jam for 20 years, so we had 10 years here in the UK. So we have quite a few alumni who have come from the program when they were children, moved through as teenagers at university, and now out into the world. And most of the students who stay in touch with us, have to say, are activists in some way. Whether they're in the business world, so we have some that are business leaders, and they have this consciousness about them, about things like a triple bottom line, where they care about their employees, they care about the environment, and they also care about making a profit. But Peace Jam, they talk about Peace Jam giving them that sort of balanced perspective on business, right? We have others who are doing incredible work as activists out in communities, right? Some of them have moved on to Water for People and organizations like that, where they are really on the front line of these organizations making change because they have the skill sets to know how to actually run a nonprofit, right? How do you get an idea and take it all the way through to action? Getting the young people to learn new facts, new skills, new information, but also begin to be better listeners about where solutions might come from. Service is a big part of this weekend. They'll do a service project and they're presenting the one they've been working on all year. So we actually host about 9 different service projects that young people can get involved with. Today we have one that's down by the river where they're actually planting trees along an area that's been washed out to help preserve the riverbank, and they're also removing invasive species that are taking over and taking the water from the plants that should be there. So they're learning a bunch of biology while they're getting their hands dirty a little bit and just actually working and knowing what it feels like to make a difference. To be sustainable, right, to get the word of these Nobel Peace Laureates out to as many young people as we can, to really show that there are other solutions to our global problems, we need to go to scale. We need to be reaching more youth, right? With these words of this wisdom from the Nobel Peace Laureates and this focus on everybody can make a difference, right? If we all believe that, the world would change pretty quickly. So each region, each regional office has a different governmental organizations they need to approach about how do we get this into schools? How do we get this to be sustainable? And so we begin sometimes at the county level. So for example, in Leeds, we have some Peace Jam folks there who have just wanted Leeds to be a Peace Jam city. So they're talking to their city council and to their mayors and to everybody else to talk about how do we all work together to bring this into our town, not even just the schools. That's a given. We want to get it into the schools, but we want the adults in the town to feel this too. We want to host a premiere of these movies that the Peace Jam Foundation's creating on these amazing world leaders, and we want the whole town and city to feel like they're investing in something and they're all in it together. We want you to join us. Please, Peace Jam is for you.